Party love saturation. Going viral is a common meme, a common description of a mathematical concept, or more specifically, an exponential function. The S-curve described by an exponential equation is pretty common. It's called an S-curve because it kind of looks like an S if you were to stretch it out sideways a little bit. So the bottom left side of the S-curve is kind of flat. Then it shoots up toward the top. Then on the top right side, it curves out to the right and then flattens out. It's also called a saturation curve. Here's why. Imagine you have a school with 500 people in the middle of nowhere, students and teachers. Everybody shows up after a break and they start the semester. One person has a cold or the flu or some inconvenient but otherwise non-dangerous illness. The first couple of days, only one person has that virus. This is the bottom left side of the S-curve, going along at 1. Eventually somebody else catches it. So now you've got 2, but then 2 people become 4. This is when the bottom left of the S-curve curves up and starts to go up. Then eventually you start to run out of people. The last few holdouts are the ones who have the strongest immune systems. This is when it flattens out near the top right side. Once everybody has caught the virus, it stops spreading. It has reached full saturation. The S-curve is very useful since it's based on a very common mathematical idea. If you sell yellow shoes, eventually you will have sold them to everybody. Your product will have reached market saturation. If you tell a joke, eventually everybody will have heard the joke. You've reached market saturation. If you sell vacuum cleaners door to door, you will eventually, hopefully, reach market saturation, where you've sold a vacuum cleaner to everybody willing to buy one. Even chemistry runs off saturation. You can only put so much salt in a certain amount of water. Once the water becomes saturated, no more salt will mix and the salt just sits at the bottom of the glass as wet salt. But there is one thing that has a very, very high saturation rate. Good feelings. We like good feelings. The more we feel good feelings, the easier it is to feel good feelings. These are those really, really nice situations where everybody is laughing so hard, somebody just walking into the room will be enough to cause everybody to absolutely lose it. Then the guy walking into the room will start to laugh, look at everybody, not knowing why, and say, "What the hell is wrong with you guys?" You can see parties and social gatherings the same way, as being significantly undersaturated, which means you can be the one to kick off the party love S-curve, becoming the hero of every party. To learn more, visit mindpersuasion.com/3x3.